Hi, my name is Ireri. I'm 25 years old. I'm a student at UCSD, and I have read the Twilight series. My initial reaction to the series wasn't a shocking one at the beginning. I didn't think right away, oh, this is a racist story. I initially really liked the storyline. I think that Stephanie Meyers created a really interesting plot and really captivating characters. I think that the love story is also very captivating for the demographic that the book tried to reach. So initially I really enjoyed reading the book. So the racial undertones of the book, even though they were more prevalent in the third book, I think that the reader understands from the beginning the race of each character, because the author makes it specifically clear that Edward Cullen, the vampire, is white. Bella is also a Euro-American female, and Jacob Black is Native American. I think that the reader understands right away where each character stands in the racial. Okay, looking at the two male main characters, which is Edward Cullen and Jacob Black, I think that you find that the dominant narrative of the white Victorian male is embodied in Edward Cullen, and then you find the unruly, savage, racial other embodied in Jacob. Edward Cullen gets represented as the white Victorian and emotionally controlled white male who protects Bella, the white female, from all harm, and particularly continues to protect her from Jacob Black, who is constructed as this really dangerous, savage Native American male. Edward is continuously described as someone, as the epitome of chivalry, and he is very controlled of his emotions, and Bella continuously refers to the way that he knows how to control himself so that he won't kill her. When it comes to Jacob Black, who is a Native American werewolf in the story, this dominant narrative of the savage racial other really comes through as Bella continues to describe Jacob as someone who cannot control his feelings whatsoever, or any of his emotions, and he can just snap in 1 second and pretty much kill her. Going back to Jacob Black and the fact that he is a Native American character, I think that the author, Stephanie Meyers, really contributes to this mystification of Native American culture and Native American people that has been perpetuated in the history of these nations in this country, which again I think it tokenizes this image of all Native Americans having long hair and being really dark skinned and having this mystical culture about them. Also, the way that Edward Cullen, the white vampire, and Jacob Black, the Native American werewolf character, the way they get described in relation to each other is very interesting, because while Bella continuously mentions how much money the Cullens have, she rarely mentions how poor Jacob Black actually is. Even though she does mention that he lives in a reservation, and she mentions that his home is particularly small, and they live in a very humble way. I think that the author also contributes to this erasure of Native American history in this country, and she completely avoids mentioning the economic struggles that the Native American people have to face and continue to struggle with. The reasons why Jacob's house looks the way it is, and the reasons why he can't afford many different things, as opposed to the brand new car that Edward has, and the different clothes that he wears, and the size of his mansion house that he lives in. The social and economic situations that Jacob Black, as a Native American male, faces are completely avoided. And I think that if you don't have that context, then that reality just gets erased. So the Twilight series, even though these books are meant to be a fictional story with fictional creatures like vampires and werewolves, I think that they have a very real impact on the readers, in the way that they perceive Edward as the hero of the story, and the fact that you have a very clear understanding from the beginning of his white skin, and of his moral character, and of the fact that he is very financially well off. At the same time, you have a very clear understanding that his opponent in the story, the person who represents everything opposite to him, is Jacob Black, who is a Native American man, who is very poor, and who gets construed as this emotionally unstable character and creature. And I think that has really important consequences for the demographic of readers that this book is trying to reach, and the way that these girls in turn then may look at or understand what are positive characteristics and what are negative characteristics to look for in a guy, embedded, even if subtly, within race.